I watched the presidential debates today. Pretty interesting. Trump just has to put his foot in his mouth. I've been watching more interviews with him. The most recent one was his interview on Lex Friedman's podcast, where he sounded very intelligent. He certainly sounded intelligent for Trump. And he said some things that were, he didn't say anything that was asinine. He said a couple of things that might have been a little sophomoric, but not really too bad. And overall, he sounded normal. He sounded like a normal human being, smart, said some funny things. Trump is funny. He's got a good sense of humor, but then he gets onto these big stages in debates when he's face to face with someone else, and he turns into a different person, or not a different person, just more of a caricature of himself. It's like he can't control it. And that's the part of him that actually appeals to a lot of people. I think that they like that bombastic, over the top, insulting, condescending person that he becomes. I don't think he likes that aspect of himself, although he would never say that. Because I've watched him in these one-on-one interviews where I've grown to like him. I've grown to find him intelligent and interesting and compelling and funny. I'm not saying I would vote for him. It would be hard for me to vote for him just because I spent so much time not liking him that it would be hard for, it's just, there's so much history of negativity. It's hard for me to just put that away. I'm not saying that's good. It's just the way it is. But it's going to be hard for me to vote for Kamala too, because I've heard a lot of bad things about her from the other side. And I don't know much about her. But Trump has this side of him that's a caricature of himself that doesn't serve him well if you're an intelligent person. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people who like that aspect of him. And maybe they're not intelligent, or maybe they're intelligent and not mature. But that aspect of him does win him a lot of fans. And that's the populist aspect, I guess. There are a lot of people who are intelligent and like him for different reasons. I don't think they like that aspect of him. But that aspect does appeal to the worst in people. And that's what is the downside of him as a leader and as a president. If he were able to stick to the piece of himself that you see when he does one-on-one interviews, it would be good. It would be a different person, but he can't do that. Maybe he does it on purpose. Maybe he knows it wins him votes. I don't know. Kamala, on the other hand, she did a better job. She was more presidential. I can't say either of them was presidential. I mean, she's not impressive as a persona. Her public speaking ability is not that great. But she didn't act like a school child. So she differentiated herself from him in that way. The bar was pretty low. I can't say I really walked away impressed by either one of them. But Kamala definitely won from the standpoint of keeping her cool, keeping her composure. I'm sure Trump didn't lose himself any fans of the people who are already his fans. They'll stand by him no matter what. I don't know if he won himself any new fans. And he might have lost some people who were on the fence. Kamala is just she's very blah. She doesn't have much personality. Trump has too much. She doesn't have enough. If you smash them together, they would make the perfect amount of personality. And that's basically what I found myself thinking, is that, here I am watching two presidential candidates, neither of whom looks very presidential. These are not the days of JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, even Ronald Reagan, or Bill Clinton, or George Herbert Walker Bush. So, oration has gone down. RFK Jr. might be better at it than the other guys, but not a lot of good public speakers today. Trump is good in public, but he's not a good public speaker. He's sloppy, he's ungrammatical, he's not clean, his language isn't pretty, but he's comfortable in front of a crowd, he likes it. First debate out of 3, we'll see how the rest go.